What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about crypto regulation, but before we do, we're going to talk about financial freedom because I always forget to talk about this. Yes, we're starting a podcast, me and my good friend Austin Hilton, another YouTuber right here talking about cryptocurrency. This one is going to be about crypto. It's going to be about entrepreneurship, starting businesses, having success, having failures. Basically everything you need to know about the ups and downs of starting your own gig and getting away from the 9-to-5. And, our conversations will kind of lend themselves to anybody out there who's trying to maybe start something new or get away from a job that they don't like, or maybe even have a side hustle or something like that. So I always forget to talk about this in my videos. So I wanted to start with this real quick. So make sure you check it out. The link's down below in the description. We haven't started recording yet, but you can follow the Twitter page and we will start doing that very, very soon. We'll start posting some of our episodes up there very soon. So this is what I want to talk about. U.S. regulators are coming for crypto. How will the future look? And we've been talking about this for months and months and months, and we're getting more and more clarity slowly but surely on what this could look like for us in the United States, right? Those who hold crypto. So this is a super long article. I highlighted some crucial parts that I thought needed to be highlighted on. And basically the landscape right now, it's all over the place, right? The U.S. crypto regulatory landscape is all over the place, depending on which governing body you look at, right? If you look at the SEC, we know what they do, right? They rule by force. If you look at some of the other agencies out there, they want to take more of a slower approach to kind of find out what works and what doesn't work, where the SEC is trying to come in here and just basically label everything as security right away. So on the legislative front, there's been a lot of different bills proposed recently as well in the last year, including Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand's Responsible Financial Innovation Act, which was very crypto friendly. Both Lummis and Gillibrand believe in Bitcoin and have confidence in crypto moving forward. We also had a Stablecoin Innovation and Protection Act of 2022. This was put together by Representative Josh Gottheimer. And then we also had Senator Pat Toomey's Stablecoin Trust Act of 2022 and Senators Debbie Stabenow, her Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act of 2022. So right now, this is kind of what Biden has asked. Come up with different ideas. Let's do more research on this. Let's compile a lot of the people who can lend a helping hand here, and let's figure this thing out together. So we've got a ton of bills. We don't know which one will be passed in its full capacity or which one will be adapted and put through. But right now we can kind of see that, number one, stable coins are a problem in the eyes of many regulators. And looking at a CBDC or a digital dollar, if you will, could be something on the horizon. And this, of course, would drastically impact the stablecoin market. Something else that has just recently been put forth is a bill proposing that we get rid of algorithmic stablecoins for the next 2 years. That came out a few weeks ago. We covered that briefly on the channel. And this is something we talked about way back in 2021. Eventually, they're going to come for stablecoins first because it hits home. It hits the bottom line. A stablecoin is essentially a digital dollar, right? Especially the ones that aren't algorithmic, like the one that collapsed, USDT, and the Terra Luna ecosystem. When you look at Tether and USDC, they're pretty stable. I mean, they've even hung in there during this bear market, right? But the big question is, what's actually backing them? On that front, actually, Tether's actually proving now that that'll be out shortly. They're proving that they're actually backed by an asset. USDC has already done that through their company Circle. But of course, the government doesn't like this because they don't have control over these assets, right? So Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC, and the SEC are the two governing bodies here that have been in the news the most when it comes to crypto regulation. They have totally different mindsets when it comes to how to regulate crypto, okay? So which one will become the primary regulator? It's going to be important, right? The CFTC is much more crypto friendly, at least on paper thus far, than the SEC. So SEC takes a very aggressive regulation by enforcement approach, right? Where the CFTC is much more likely to kind of work through things, and they believe in the technology, but they want to make sure it's safe, right? Now, in terms of stablecoins, future stablecoin issuers, this is interesting, at least according to what we have so far and listening to some of these bills that have been proposed, would likely be required to own bank charters, which are very difficult to acquire, or register directly with the Federal Reserve. This would significantly reduce depeg risks, like we saw with USDT, within the cryptocurrency market. However, it would also centralize the on-chain economy if the space becomes too reliant on regulated stablecoin providers. So this is something we are probably destined to see when it comes to stablecoins, that they're going to have to own their own bank charter so they know that something is backing this quote unquote stablecoin, right? Now, the Biden administration plans to deal with crypto, of course, including plans to ramp up enforcement actions against illegal practices. We talked about that in the last month or so, pushing users away from crypto and toward government-issued and controlled centralized payment solutions like FedNow and CBDCs with digital dollars. Recently, actually, this was months ago, basically sometime this month, they were supposed to get G20 regulators together. That means people from all of the top countries in the world to talk about some way that they can enforce crypto regulation globally. Good luck, right? Good luck on that, because every country has a completely different philosophy on what they want to do with crypto. Some countries already have things in place. I mean, some countries it's already regulated fully. It's taxed heavily, and it's already etched in stone what they do. Here in the United States, we're not there yet. We're trying to figure all that out. But that's what we've got right now. So I know it's kind of all over the place, but hopefully this perspective helps you kind of understand that, yeah, all of these things are kind of surfacing. We're still, figuring things out on the fly as we get information, but this is something that affects all of us. So regardless of what token or crypto or coin that you're in, it doesn't matter. Put that crap aside for a minute, because all of this affects us as crypto investors. Doesn't matter what you hold or what you don't hold. So hit the like button. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll keep tabs on crypto regulation, of course, here in the U.S. as things unfold. See ya.